Welcome everyone to the Fan Cave with Cousin Brad. I am the co-host Kulu with Cousin Brad. Cousin Brad, what's going
What's going
on in the
on?
world of the Fan Cave? It's been a long
Hey,
time,
what's
bro.
going on, Kulu? What's going on, Kulu? What's going on, Kulu? Welcome everyone to a special edition of the Fan Cave. As you probably know, we relaunched June 1st, but today it's a special live broadcast we're doing right now. This is exclusive. Got a couple of things we want to talk about. I am Cousin Brad here. You see to my left, the co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Kulu on the ones and twos. Kulu, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling right now?
Man, what's going on, man? It's glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. June 1st.
Yeah,
We launching the Fan Cave, y'all. Get ready. Get
been a while.
ready.
We
Heavy
took some
sports
time off.
talk.
Yeah, took some time off. You know what I mean? Did some. You know what I mean? Got that COVID weight off. You know what I mean? Got our suit game together. Got us a
Yeah.
little. Got lights. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bush Roll if you're watching. Bush Roll, we ain't forget you, bro. We ain't
Shout
forget
out
you.
to Butch. Shout out to Butch.
We ain't forget you, my guy. The jersey still stands. Jersey still stands. But cool, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. These playoffs, these first couple of games, this first couple of matchups, it's been a little interesting. Been a little interesting,
What's
man.
up with your Clippers, man? What's
My
up
my
with your
Clippers, my
what's up with your
Clippers.
Los Angeles Clippers and your Knicks?
Don't
What's
bring
going
that.
on with your Clippers and your Knicks,
Bring
bruh?
that over here. Don't bring that. I'm never. I was always a Knicks fan. Always a Knicks fan.
You don't want to talk about that.
I don't. I don't.
All
I
right,
don't.
why don't you tell us what's the Knicks record right now, the playoffs right now?
Why we gotta do that? Why you gotta do? Why you gotta do that to me? Our
Come on,
first
give us the
line is
playoff
gonna be.
rundown.
Hey, first off, as you know, Knicks fans, we were excited for a long time, and now we're singing the blues. Knicks are down. Knicks are down. It is what it is. Knicks are down. But shout out to Julius Randle, one most improved player of the year.
Yes, he
One
did.
most improved player. Yes, he did. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. We playing with house money. The Knicks are playing with house money. So I'm all for it. Let's go Knicks. Do the best you can. Do the best you can.
Yeah.
Lakers, your boys. They showed up. They showed up
They
yesterday.
showed up. ADZ. Everybody
Yeah,
was talking about AD was soft and he weak. And shout out to you two. Shout out to you two. You know what I'm saying? AD
uh,
came to work, went to work on boys. 34. I think he had 34, 7, and 7 last night. You know what I
hey,
mean? Bronto came through with a 23 on him, with his jersey on him.
hey,
So I'm still not impressed with Drummond, bro. I
uh,
do not want, we was just talking about that at Wild Wings, right?
we
Shout out
were.
to
We
Buffalo
were.
Wild Wings.
Shout out to
Man,
them, sponsor.
so shout out to Wild Wings. Yo, listen, Drummond does not need to start, bro. They need to put AD need to play the 5. He need to play the 5 for this series because besides Aiden, the Suns really don't play big, bro.
They
They
don't.
really don't play, and Drummond can't keep up. Number one, and number two, he clog up the lane on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
LeBron needs to get to the hole. AD need to be in the lane. He don't need to be playing the perimeter, bro.
that's fact. That's fact.
So
But see, here's the thing, though. Here's the issue. I don't think Drummond is the problem. Number one, game one, nobody guarded Booker the entire game. And that was with an injured Chris Paul. Chris Paul wasn't even 100%.
wait. Hold on, cuz. Hold on. They only scored 99 points. The
And
Suns
why?
is averaging 110 points a game. They only still scored 99 points.
Did they have their quarterback? Did they have their quarterback in the game?
They didn't. That's not
Exactly.
okay, but that you can't say they weren't guarding people. They were guarding people. They just weren't scoring enough.
Okay. Game
That's what
one. I'm just gonna go. We're just gonna transition from game one to game two. Game one, I guess the Lakers thought, oh, this is just the Valley. This is the Suns. We don't have anything to worry about. I'm LeBron. This is AD. We're good here. We beat Curry to get to this game. We're good here. But oh no, game one, y'all forgot it was a man, not a boy. It's a man named Devin Booker. And that boy went off
Booker
34.
playing crazy right now, man.
Now, game 2, on the other hand, LeBron and AD, they woke up, but the quarterback of the Phoenix Suns, CP3, I mean, almost on cue now. It's almost on cue. I said it on the Fan Cave Facebook page. Almost on cue, he gets injured in the playoffs, and their season go down the drain. But,
Yeah.
I mean, without Chris Paul, this team can't – they don't – he's the quarterback of the offense. He's the quarterback of that offense. And without him in the lineup, y'all pretty much got an easy route to round 2.
Man, don't start that stuff. Y'all did that last year when we won it in the bubble. Everybody was talking about, oh, it was COVID, a COVID championship. Don't start that excuse stuff.
I'm not saying nothing about COVID. All I'm saying is we know it. Am I lying? Every year in the playoffs, when it comes to Chris Paul, what happens?
He get injured.
Exactly. And what happened?
He did it with Houston too. Remember when he was with Houston? Same thing.
Same thing. He did it with the Clippers. And he did he do it with New Orleans? I can't remember. I can't remember if he did it with New Orleans.
I can't even remember that far back, bro. That's a while ago.
Almost on cue, he gets into so they don't have their quarterback. They got to get it together. But no, to be fair, LeBron and AD showed up last night. Even though AD did kick somebody in the you know what, we don't want to talk about that though. We don't want to talk about that. Yeah,
it's crazy.
You know, let's just say.
What's up with them Los Angeles Clippers though, bro? Like the Clippers, I think we looking at deja vu all over again, bro. And if you remember last year in the bubble,
yeah,
Dallas gave them problems without Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
Now Porzingis is playing, and Dallas giving these boys the business.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Luka had 39 last night.
I'm gonna tell you what. It's too much Luka. It's too much Luka. Let's just be real. It's too much Luka for LA to handle. And part of it, to be fair, we're gonna be fair. We're fair on the Fan Cave here. Let's be real. The Mavericks was playing with that grind, that determination, because they felt. Let's keep it real. They was kind of feeling some type of way how they felt. Oh yeah, the Clippers just kind of backed in so they could play us. Now you got us, and now look, here we go. It's too much Luka. But last night, Luka get him boys some business, man.
Yeah,
Luka gave them boys the business.
So you see when he told Patrick Beverly, "You too small."
Yeah,
he said, "You too small out here."
I love Luka. I love Luka, man.
Luka not playing, man.
I love Luka's determination. You can't stop that. You can't stop that turnaround. That one play, Kawhi Leonard played perfect defense. You can't play defense any more perfect. Luka just right in there.
Yeah,
he's green money for Luka all day.
Yeah, he playing that man. That boy, man, he looking like Western Conference Finals right now. He looking like he going aiming there. Dallas look like they aiming there, man. They aiming high. You understand me?
We'll see. Let's see. They up 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. And now here's what I want to ask you, cousin Brad, about this.
All right.
Now, if the Clippers, let's say the Clippers get swept or gentlemen swept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Doc Rivers get fired for no reason?
Yes. Yes, he did get fired for no reason. Shout out to Tyronn Lue. Loved you as a player. You had mad heart, mad determination. Cleveland Cavaliers coach. I mean, you got him. You got him to the promised land. You won your ship. Doc Rivers is, I mean, let's be honest, he's a Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. He got them boys to the playoffs last year. He shouldn't have been fired. Tyronn Lue's a great coach. Don't get it twisted. He's younger. He's got them determined. But to me, when they're down 2-0, you don't even seem to. I know he cares, but it seems like he ain't even phased. He just, the pressure's off of us. It's really on them. We're playing. The pressure's on. They gotta win 2 more. Like, bro, you down 2-1, right? They came into your building and beat you. They came to LA and beat you in the Staples Center.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of that you're missing, bro. So yes, Answer your question.
We talked about this last year on the Fan Cave on the radio show, and we was kind of like everybody was saying they didn't want to be in the bubble. This, that, and all these excuses. This was supposed to be the team that was supposed to dethrone the Lakers last year. If they don't make it this year, was Doc Rivers fired was he fired for no reason? Absolutely he was, because it wasn't him. It was the players. It was Kawhi's poor leadership. It was PG's lack of showing up in the playoff P. Playoff P. That's what he called himself, right? Playoff P, just, always way off, like, as they say, way off P. You know what I mean? He ain't. And you know what? Where Lemon Pepper Lou at right now? He 2-0 right now.
Lemon Pepper Lou. We out the party.
Come on, man. Y'all better respect Lemon Pepper Lou, man. Y'all better respect Trez Hero, man. Quit playing out here. Yeah, man. So I guess you don't want to talk about your Knicks, so we're gonna skip your Knicks for now. You and Swayze, we're gonna skip y'all Knicks. We're gonna give y'all a breather on this one. Let's talk about Brooklyn and Boston, man. That was a series that we thought would be the Eastern Conference Finals, but Boston had a lot of injuries. Kemba came back late in the season. Jaylen Brown gone for the season. What's your thoughts on the 2-0 lead? Brooklyn look like they're gonna sweep Boston right now, bro.
I really was. I told you guys on the Fan Cave I was looking forward for Boston to make a deep playoff run, but I mean Brooklyn is too powerful. I mean, let's be honest, Brooklyn is too powerful. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, Jason Tatum. I was looking for him. He was coming on. He was coming on doing his thing. Kemba. Yeah, he kind of showed up maybe here and there, but I mean, they're just simply outmatched. They're simply too powerful. It's going to be a clean sweep for them. They're going to be going in.
Break out the brooms. Break out the brooms.
Yeah, a clean sweep.
Break out the brooms. It's a wrap for them, man. You know what, man? I love Jason Tatum, man. I love Jason Tatum, man. That dude. I was saying this when the Lakers took they took what's his name, Lonzo Ball, that they should have took him. They should have took him. Can you imagine him with LeBron in LA right now? Can you imagine him?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. That's the thing with Tatum, though. He plays with so much passion and so determination. I don't know if he will work on the Lakers right now.
What?
I don't know if he will work. Man.
The Lakers don't have, bro. The Lakers don't have a true number two. He could be he's a number 2 or number 3, bro.
True.
The Lakers do not have a true number. I mean, we have a KCP. You could say KCP is a number 2, but he's not a true scoring number 2. When I'm talking about a number 2, I'm talking about number 2s of the great era, the 90s era. You know what I mean? Scoring number 2s. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about like Pippins and
no, Pippen was a 3, man. Come on now.
I mean, was he though?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Jordan was 2. Come on, man.
I mean, Uncle Jordan
Uncle Bobby would be so disappointed in you right now, cuz.
I mean, come on.
Uncle Bobby, who was a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, would be disappointed that you just said that Scottie Pippen was a 2. Come on now, stop this.
He would give me the don't be no fool. But,
yeah, he would.
I don't know how that would work though. I mean, I honestly don't know how that would work with LeBron and AD. He might possibly may work as a solid number 2.
You might not have even needed to get AD if you had Jason Tatum, bro.
To win a championship, you would. To win a championship.
I don't think with LeBron, and say you would have kept, I would have got rid of, we ain't gonna go back in the past, but I would have kept Ingram, LeBron, and Tatum if Tatum would have came, and that would have been crazy, bro.
Okay, so let's think about it. All right, let's put the cards on the table. You got Ingram, you got LeBron, and who'd you say?
I said and Tatum.
Oh, and Tatum. Okay, so
that's a pretty big 3, bro. That's a solid 3.
But will that probably get you to the Western Conference Finals in today's game? But would that get you a championship? Would that be enough?
The way Tatum is playing right now, absolutely yes. The way he's developed now. And last year, absolutely.
Would that get you? That'll get you to the Western Conference Finals. I give you that. I'll give you that.
Bro, keep in mind. Let me remind you. Hold on. Let me remind you, cuz. Let me remind you, because you forgetting. They took LeBron, Boston without Kyrie, with Jason Tatum at the helm, took LeBron to a 7-game series.
Right.
In 2018.
And that team was playing with a lot of house money. They was playing with a lot of heart, a lot of determination, a lot of house money with that team. They had nothing to lose. So they was going out there fearless. But we're talking about the West. And you bring in Tatum to the West without AD and with Ingram, who you don't even know what Ingram you're going to get in the playoffs. Let's be honest. You don't know what Ingram you're going to get.
Ingram had a heck of a year this year. So, I mean, you know.
What's the playoff stuff? Playoff. It's a whole new season.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's like, okay, well, that'll get you to the Western Conference Finals, but will it get you to the championship? Can you take on a Brooklyn? Can you take on a Philly? Can you take on a Milwaukee? Can you take that on in the finals?
I mean, that might be a little tough, but I think they still would be a force to be reckoned with in the West with just them three, you know, and they still would have probably Lonzo and all of them other role players around. So, you know, I think with that young core, that would have been good for LeBron, you know, but, you know.
And they had Rondo. They had
Doe too. You know, Doe ain't doing the Clippers too good right now.
Yeah, that ain't working there. But I'm just saying, they had Rondo on that team too, so you can make a case. You can make a case. I give you that. Yeah. I want to switch gears. A couple things. We're going to go over to the NFL real quick. When we go back to NBA, I know we're talking NBA right now. A couple things. Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to sign. I think he's going to sign with the Packers. I think he's going to stay with the Packers.
I think so too.
I said it.
I think so too.
Staying with the green and the gold.
I think so too. I don't see it good for being good for his brand to leave Green Bay. I don't see it being good for his brand. You know what I'm saying?
Break that down.
He's been so attached to that place. Where is he going to go that's going to get him close to being in the championship as he was last year? Like instantly.
Okay.
Instantly.
He won MVP. He won MVP.
Right.
Let's just throw it out there. Let's just say he goes to, I don't even want to say it.
Don't say Miami.
What?
Here's the thing. What does Miami have to give up to get him? They don't have anything.
They got a lot of draft picks. They got a lot of draft picks. They got a lot of draft stock right there. They got a lot of draft stock, and they don't need a quarterback.
I don't know. I just feel like, okay, what quarterback is coming out of the draft in the next few years that's somewhat comparable to Aaron Rodgers?
But they don't need a quarterback. They have Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love, first-round pick last year. He learned.
You ain't going to draft nobody that's going to change your franchise like this guy would.
But what I'm saying is, if you're the Packers, you don't have to. You got Jordan Love. He learned under an MVP last year. And Aaron Rodgers loves the kid. I mean, I'm not.
I ain't never seen him play. I'm not a fan
of him. I mean, he was okay. He did good enough to be drafted in the first round. I don't think he was really that good in college, but lack of competition. But whatever. Packers saw something in him. But when Aaron Rodgers' statement that he made, he said it had nothing to do with the coaches. It had nothing to do with the players or anything like that. He said he embraced Jordan Love. He loves him. He said he's in the film room. He's in the practices, learning like a sponge. He loves Jordan Love. But let's be honest. And they fired a former Bill. They fired a former Bills legend. They fired Alex Van Pelt. That's Aaron Rodgers' quarterback coach. That's got him to the MVP caliber that he is. That's AVP, former Bill. They fired him. That's got to play into something like that. But I honestly think he doesn't go anywhere. I think he stays. But if he does go somewhere, I see him going to Miami. I don't want to say it, but I see him going.
And remember we were saying this before last time we was here on the draft special. That was a big mistake, bro. And Carl was saying that right here. That was a big mistake to draft Jordan Love in the first round. I mean, I think he could have slid down probably to the late second, maybe even third. You know, that dude wasn't really even talked about too much as a quarterback, as being a first round quarterback. So I don't know why they did that.
Either.
I don't know. I disagree with the draft, but you know, we'll see what he's about. I haven't seen him play, so I wouldn't know.
So, one more thing, then we go back to the NBA. We bounce back to the NBA. Julio Jones. Julio. He said, Uncle Shannon had him on live television, called him on live television. Said, Julio, are you staying in the ATL? He said, Uncle Shay, no, I'm out of there, bro. So he ain't playing in Atlanta next year. Where does Julio go? Our man, our brother Swagnito, Carl, he wants the Bills to get him for a draft pick, Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders, which to me doesn't make any sense.
Carl, I saw that post. Carl, if you're watching, have you lost your mind?
I don't understand.
Have you lost your mind? You want to trade Cole Beasley? What he said? Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, and what else he say?
A couple draft picks.
No.
Here's my thing, and I don't want him to take it the wrong way. Sorry. Okay, so Russell Wilson was hit with popcorn in Philly. That makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. That was just an update. Russell Wilson was hit with a box of popcorn in Philly. That makes sense. That's Philly. That's Philly. Anyway, Philly fans threw snowballs at Santa Claus in their own stadium. So I mean, that's Philly. That makes sense.
They ran Jadakiss out of there too.
Yeah, so
and the Locks.
Okay, that makes sense. But no, what I was saying with our boy Carl, man. I mean, here's how I look at that trade. You can't trade Cole. You need Cole Beasley on your offense. You need that. He went over 1,000 yards last year. You need that receiver that's going to go across the middle and get them tough.
He was close to 1,000 yards. He was close to 1,000. He wasn't. He didn't break it.
He didn't break 1,000.
He didn't break 1,000. It was like 958 or something like that. He didn't break 1,000. But it's, I mean, pretty much close to it. You might as well say that.
But you need that guy. That guy was going to get you them tough 6-yard catches, them 3rd and 8s, them 3rd and 7s. I mean, hell, he had a couple of 3rd and 22s last year against the Rams that got us the victory. You need that guy that's going to go in the middle and get them tough yards. That's why you don't trade Cole Beasley. That dude is too crucial to our offense. And let's be honest, we got a number one. Already. We tried this, remember, years ago. Me and you was at the first game. We tried this when we got T.O. and Lee Evans. We had 2 number ones in our team.
Yes, Carl, we can see your comments, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to Carl. I'm not coming at you, bro. I'm not coming at you. I love you, bro. You're my cousin. I'm just saying. I'm just explaining what I was posting up there. So we tried it with T.O. and Lee Evans. Me and you was at the first game. We was all excited. We got T.O. Who you go cover out there?
You know what? T.O. was still the best receiver on that team, so don't go there.
We already had a number one.
We just didn't have a quarterback yet. We ain't have a quarterback yet.
We didn't. We had Ryan Fitzpatrick. Shout out to him. Shout out to Fitz.
But it started with Edwards. It started with Trent Edwards, and then Ryan Fitzpatrick came in a little later because T.O. demanded that he start. and that was the beginning of Fitzmagic, right?
Ever. But I mean, even in that though, we went 3-13 that year. So it's like, great, we had 2 number one receivers, but we still lost 13 games and won.
Yeah, you know, you got to keep the continuity together. You got to keep the continuity. Carl, you saying so what? You got to keep the continuity together. You got, first of all, this is one of Josh Allen's favorite targets. And for a year, he got used to this guy running routes and hitting him in stride. You don't just break that up. Oh, 3 years. You don't just break that up. You don't just break that up for, trying to make a haymaker for Julio Jones, man. Yes, Julio Jones is that boy. I don't think he's a solid fit right now for Buffalo, though. Not for us to give up what we're going to have to give up to get him. No.
Exactly. I don't think it will work. I mean, and I'm not taking nothing away from Julio Jones. Julio Jones, he always been humble. He always been, he ain't never had no off the field issues. He ain't ever had no cases or nothing like that. He was a straight up workhorse. Can he stay healthy a whole year? No. So it's like, yeah, you bringing that to the team, but look what you're losing at the same time.
Right.
Now, they mentioned John Brown. John Brown played, 6 games for us last year? He wasn't really there.
I think you know, some people question whether Emmanuel Sanders is still a number 2 receiver in this league. You know, I think he still is a number 2 receiver in this league. I know you were saying when we was at Wild Wings, you were saying that you was mentioning that Gabe Davis should be the number 2. And I told you, me and two both told you to your face, if Gabe Davis becomes the number 2, then you got to cut Emmanuel Sanders because he's getting paid $7 million. Yes, you got to cut him. There's no way that can happen. And I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it will happen either. But let me ask you this. Did Gabe Davis play like a rookie last year?
No, he didn't. He played like a seasoned vet.
Played like a pro. The man played like a pro. That was his first season ever. He came from a small college at UCF. Played like a pro. Earned every touchdown he got. Play like a pro. Them crucial catches, that Josh Allen on them rollouts, them sideline catches, them was Pro Bowl receiver catches right there. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. And Emmanuel Sanders, again,
Who is that saying they want to call in? Who is that right there?
I can't see. I can't see the comment.
All right, inbox me whoever that is. I can't see your name, but I can see that you asking to call in. So
I want to see this. Who that? It just says Facebook user. I can't see who that is.
Yeah, I can't see it either. I can't. It just says Facebook either. It's we see your comment, but we don't know who it is. Who is that?
Yes, shout out to you, whoever that is. Shout out to you.
Inbox me.
Shout out to you.
If you wanted the Fan Cave fam, we'll pull you on.
Definitely. Shout out to you. But
shout out to Ron Harper. Shout out to Hollywood Ron Harper for just following the Fan Cave.
Shout
out to Ron Harper. LA Lakers champion, Chicago Bulls champion. Right. Hollywood Harper was considered to be the next Jordan of his time. Shout out to him, man. We've been reaching out. We're gonna try to get him on a Fan Cave if we can, bro.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother. If you're watching this right now, shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to Ron Harper. But to go back to what we were saying, Gabe Davis, he played like a pro. I think he earned everything he got. I think he earned the number 2 spot. I don't think he took it. I mean, obviously Cole's going to play the slot, but again, it's one of those questions where what Emmanuel Sanders are we going to get? Are we going to get Emmanuel Sanders from Pittsburgh? Are we going to get Emmanuel Sanders from the Broncos? Or are we going to get Emmanuel Sanders that played for who we played for this year? Oh, okay, I forgot. Are we going to get that Emmanuel Sanders? Which one are we going to get?
Yeah.
Which one are we going to get? I don't know.
You know what? I think this is an opportunity for him to resurrect his career. You know what I'm saying? I think this is an opportunity for him to resurrect his career, and possibly really do well for Buffalo. Because Cole Beasley came to Buffalo, resurrected his career, right? John Brown came to Buffalo, resurrected his career, right? I mean, Stephon Diggs came to Buffalo, resurrected his career, right? So Josh Allen is known for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up, D? What's going on, D? What's going on,
man? D wanted to get on. He wanted to get in on this. And D, if you can bring him in, cool.
Yeah, as soon as he Uno, send him the cousin Brad, send him the link that I just sent you, and we can pull him in. I just sent one to Carl.
Okay. All right. Well, my camera's gonna be muted real quick, so you can go ahead and talk about what Josh Allen was doing.
Yeah, Josh Allen, man. Listen, man. Okay, we got Carl in here.
All right.
We got Carl in here. Let's see. Stream. Carl, turn your thing sideways, bro.
Oh, sideways? Long view. All right. Let me see if I can.
All right, Carl, we got Carl here on the Fan Cave. Carl, state your case, man. You talking crazy. You talking crazy on the Facebook.
You know I'm controversy, Carl. Now listen.
Come on, man. You want to hold on. Let me. I'm gonna let you talk, but I just want to say this. You want to trade? Announce what you said first. Announce
this is what I said. In order to get Julio, let's offer up. This is just an offer. Offer up Cole Beasley or Emmanuel Sanders and a draft pick is what I said. Now listen to me out. Cole Beasley is also up there in years as well. I understand he did something great, has some good couple years in Buffalo, but I only mentioned him because he's a candidate to clear up cap room, all right? Because he is getting paid $7 million per year right now. And so I only mentioned him because we need enough balls to go around. And I feel like he's replaceable with two different players, with either Emmanuel Sanders and it doesn't even have to be Cole Beasley. It could be Emmanuel Sanders that has to go, right? To be traded. Emmanuel Sanders can do the similar things that Cole Beasley has done, but Cole Beasley already has the repertoire with Josh Allen. So that works for me. I don't care which one of them really goes, but one of them got to go. And Cole Beasley did play injured all year long, most of the time. And despite what people had said about Julio Jones missing games, he's actually started and played way more games than Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders combined over the last 5 years. They have missed more games. Those two players have missed more games than Julio Jones has missed his whole career. And he started every game. Okay? They don't even start. They're third wide receivers on their team most of the time. Cole Beasley's a third wide receiver. He's not a starter.
No, he's not. He's a slot receiver. He's not a third wide receiver.
Right. And that's for teams that really. So most games he doesn't even truly start. You know what I mean? Because if you want to talk about two wide receivers on the field, if John Brown is healthy all year round, Cole Beasley's not even a starter. All right.
No, we play an aces set. He plays the slot receiver.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. I'm looking at the stats for
the year before that. The year before that, they didn't start. They were starting 3 players per game, 3 wide receivers.
I'm looking at the stats right here, and Julio Jones did have a bit of a drop off last year, but this dude has been
last year he was injured.
Entire career. I mean, this is almost a career 1,300
almost every game per season.
Yeah, career 1,300 yard receiver. I mean, every year, at least, and he got. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got 8 double-digit touchdown years. Okay, I mean,
you gotta understand.
And you gotta remember, he's number one. So they're double covering him every game too. Okay.
Well, we have a number 1 already.
We do, but my thing is more about insurance. What happens when Stephon Diggs goes down next year? Towards his ACL.
How do you know that's going to happen? He played every game.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying insurance. The Bills are big on depth, right?
Okay. Look. Okay.
They've been trying to trade. They tried to trade for Julio last year. If you guys don't know this, it's a fact. They tried to trade for him last year, and the year before that, they tried to get Antonio Brown. So
yeah, he didn't want to come.
Big players here.
Right. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, and I'm taking away nothing from Julio Jones. Jones.
So hold on. Can you name your receiver core without Cole Beasley? Name your receiving core.
Oh, it's easy. Julio, Diggs.
Put your thing on widescreen, D.
You got Julio, Diggs, and Beasley in the slot, or Julio, Diggs, and Sanders in the slot, or Isaiah McKenzie.
But Sanders, hold up. Sanders is not a. He's not a route runner, bro.
You just said trade Sanders. You just said trade him. You just said trade him.
No, I said trade either Beasley or him, not both of them.
Okay.
You're not gonna be able to pull that off. It ain't gonna work.
You don't understand. Right now, the Falcons are asking for basement bottom prices for him because they have to clear cap room, and he already made the announcement he's not going to be there. So the thing about it is, they're going to take bottom prices for him. It's all about can you pay him.
But you got to understand as well. You got to look at this as well. Julio Jones wouldn't fit the Bills scheme that they have. Julio Jones is a deep threat.
I don't agree with you on that one, cousin Brad. I don't agree with that.
Cole Beasley.
I don't agree with that.
What are you talking about?
Coming across
the
middle.
About? John Brown just had 1,000-yard season, and he didn't have 1,000-yard season in the same position.
He didn't have 1,000 yards.
I don't agree with you on that one, bro.
If you combine John Brown with Gabe Davis, they had over 1,000 yards receiving together. But that's all in one player. That's all one player, Julio Jones.
Right. But we don't know what Julio Jones we gonna get. Are we gonna get Julio Jones?
If you don't know what Julio Jones you're gonna get, the man's still worth.
Are we gonna get Julio Jones that's gonna play all 17 games?
He's done that.
17 games.
He's already done that. I told you. Besides last year, he's never really been injured like that.
Facts.
I can pull up the stats for you.
Well,
let's let D get on this conversation. D, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, dude. What's up,
Carl
dude?
want to
Shout out to
trade.
you, bro. What up, man?
I like
Welcome.
weapons.
Carl
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
What's going on
Yeah,
with
what
you,
up,
bro?
dude?
Carl want to trade either Cole Beasley or Emmanuel Sanders and some picks for
And up pick, because they don't want that
up
much.
pick for Julio Jones. I mean, what's your thoughts?
I feel like Cole Beasley is untouchable. I don't think you can get rid of Cole Beasley for the simple fact that when Josh needs somebody to either move the chains or he just needs a reliable target other than Diz to get a first down. Y'all gotta understand something. Knox ain't really at that level where he could trust him all like that yet. Davis, he came on later on in the season, but
I'm
when the
not
season
giving up
first
Davis.
started,
I'm not giving up Davis.
no, absolutely not. You're not gonna give him up. But he had to build trust with Josh Allen also. So if you look at the offense, the only one that leaves is Beasley. I don't think you could give Beasley up, even with the addition of Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think you could give Beasley up to get Julio Jones. If anybody I would give up to get Julio Jones, it would be Sanders because he just got there.
Yeah,
So
but here's my thing. Here's the thing. They're not gonna make that trade. They're not gonna trade. They're not. The Falcons are not stupid. They're not gonna trade Julio Jones for Emmanuel Sanders or straight up for Cole Beasley and some picks.
I didn't say straight up. Listen. I guarantee you, Julio Jones will not go for more than a number 2 pick. So if you don't think he's worth the number 2 pick, then you're insane.
I'm talking about player for player. They're not gonna take a slot receiver.
No.
They're not gonna take a slot receiver and some picks.
Trade a 4th round
for Julio Jones.
I'm saying that, and we're gonna trade a 4th round pick and Emmanuel Sanders, or a 3rd round pick and Emmanuel Sanders. They're only asking for a number 2 pick.
I'll tell you what.
We have to free up cap space. So that's the only why I suggested them as a player, so we can free up the cap space and the draft pick.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you this: the Falcons, number one, they need defense. They need help on defense. They are terrible on defense. They had to.
But they're about to trade it for just a simple draft pick.
But listen what I'm saying though. If the Bills were gonna land Julio Jones, you're gonna have to give up somebody like a Jordan Poyer or a Micah Hyde or somebody like that.
No, you won't. They're only asking for a number 2 pick.
But let's be honest. They just drafted Pitts out of Florida. That's a tight end. They need help on that defensive side of the ball.
I'm not denying that. Do you know that they already announced that he's not going to go for no more than a 2nd round pick? They don't want. It's not even about a player.
But if
the Titans right now are
realistically, if they is in trade talks and we said here, we just give you the 2nd rounder, they're gonna laugh at us. They're gonna want something other. No, they're not. They're gonna want something other than that 2nd round pick, bro.
You guys don't know the NFL. Once it's out there that the man has got to be traded, his value goes down now. You guys didn't see, but Hopkins went last year for a 3rd round pick.
That's because the Texans are stupid.
That's because Bill O'Brien messed that one up.
No, don't do that.
And that's the case with the Falcons right now. They're about to go over the cap. They have no choice but to trade him or cut him. And the NFL knows it. They can't afford Julio Jones. Julio Jones is out of there no matter what. And they're not going to get any value for him right now simply because
somebody mentioned that the Titans got the best package for him right now.
Right. And now I said that the Titans right now have the best package together. They've offered the Falcons the best deal so far. So they might have averaged a 2nd and a 3rd round pick.
Okay, I would agree with that.
They might have had a 2nd and a 3rd round pick. And that's it.
But I would agree with that. So I mean, I don't see Julio being a Buffalo Bill next year. I see him being a Tennessee Titan or a Dallas Cowboy if I had to put one on it. But D, we talked earlier today, bro. You and somebody else was going in all day long in the comments. On the comments made about nobody likes me. I got fired from Fox Sports 1. Look at my little hat. I don't even wear it anymore. Whitlock. Bro, the floor. I invited the other person onto the show as well. He didn't take it.
You see, he ain't here.
You gotta announce it, cousin Brad. What you talking about here?
I don't put him on blast. Oh, the quote?
Yeah.
The quote, Jason Whitlock says that LeBron not being suspended shows that if we're being honest, quote unquote, LeBron has quote unquote black privilege. Quote, Jason Whitlock said that. Enough said. But
Yes.
D, I got D. You've been going in on this all day long. I read every comment you put on, bro. The floor is yours right now, bro. Speak your piece, bro. Go right ahead.
Let me just preface. Statement. I just need to preface this before I want to preface this with this before I even go in on Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is one of the worst like sports analysts when it comes to topics like this, because his aim is always directed at a black athlete. Now, if you want to, now what we were talking about earlier, me and this other person, was LeBron and the black privilege thing. I found that comment like supremely disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That it was tone deaf, it was disgusting, and it made me mad because you wanna portray this person as having the black privilege because he didn't get suspended by the league. Because and correct me if I'm wrong, the event he attended, wasn't it a requirement that you had to be fully vaccinated to be there?
That's a fact. Yes, it was. I've seen that.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen the article. Yes, you had to be vaccinated to be there. So he didn't break protocol.
He did not break protocol. So for him to say the NBA is scared, they didn't have to suspend him because of what he would do or say or whatever, it's total garbage. And I remember it took me back to the one quote he made when somebody spray painted the N-word on LeBron's house. And he said LeBron is not affected by that because of how much money he has.
Come on.
And I am in the line of thinking that comments like that make me think that Jason Whitlock hates his own skin. He hates his skin that he's in right now.
Yeah.
And self-hate is a real thing. We all seen it, all of us. In any circle, any environment, we've seen self-hate in person. Jason Whitlock is the epitome of self-hate.
That was a ridiculous statement. Black privilege. There's no such even thing.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. It doesn't exist.
If anything, it's a all-star privilege. Like,
all-star
has nothing to do with his race. Like nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So for him to go that far,
he could be white and do the same exact thing, and then that wouldn't even be considered white privilege. It's just an all-star. If you're a superstar in the NBA, let's just say he was violating in some way. If you're a superstar and you're the superstar, which he is, then you probably can get away with more stuff than the average scrub on the team, right? But it's a superstar thing. It has nothing to do with being black.
Right. And can we dive into that also though? He's talking about a dude that grew up in a single family home, single mom, no dad left, terrible neighborhood. Just grew up to be a successful man. Not only just a successful man, a successful black man. And you do nothing but tear him down every opportunity you get.
Never had no allegations off the court.
Never.
Your man goes to school. Your man stars in movies. He inspires children. Like, bro, I mean, on the court, I
think it's so crazy. LeBron's journey to the NFL is just NBA. It's just been unique, and I think he made him so. The whole Miami thing when he went to Miami, it just made him a target because you know what I mean. After that, because everybody like when he was with Cleveland all them years, like people were like rooting. I was rooting for LeBron James heavy when he did the move to the Miami thing. I think it just started a downward spiral. People who have LeBron haters now, like you know what I mean. So they hate him. Right. It just sparked the hate. You know what I mean?
You know what, Carl? I had that same feeling about him because when LeBron left Cleveland, I always compared it to like, what if Jim Kelly left Buffalo? You know what I'm saying? And how we would feel as Bills fans, right? And I didn't like LeBron for a while. I was rooting for the Spurs to beat him. For every time he lost, I was rooting for it. But when he came back to Cleveland and delivered that championship, I became a diehard fan after that. Because you know what, when he really broke down, what happened with him and Dan Gilbert, it made sense to me from an entrepreneur standpoint.
No,
You know what I mean? When you've been asking,
standpoint, I respect everything he did in the NBA.
so, but hold on, let me say what I'm saying though. So when he decided, like, listen, this man won't get me no help. This man won't get me no help. No young talent in here. So 7 years I spent here. Took y'all to a champion. Took y'all to several Eastern Conference Finals. We couldn't get over the hump because we didn't have the team built. So he said, like us entrepreneurs say, when we get tired of these jobs doing what they want to do with us, he said, listen, I'm going to take my destiny and put it in my own hands. And I'm going to go and build with players. So LeBron started the player empowerment, because if you really want to go back in time, we watched The Last Dance and we seen how Jerry Krause and Jerry Reindorf destroyed that team. They could have won 8 rings. They could have won 8 rings, and those owners dismantled that team. So I give LeBron the props for not letting Dan Gilbert control his career as to whether he gets a championship or not.
I respect that. Now the flopping, I love making fun of it because it's hilarious. But I mean, we're talking about off the court issues. Like, come on, bro. Like Jason Whitlock, like I said, full of I can't say it on the air. But I mean, it was just straight up garbage. There's
it's irresponsible to be in that position. You're on air. People hear your words. It's irresponsible to say something like that, especially in the climate and everything.
More irresponsible to where I hate it when they're saying it around, because now then it'll feel like white people now, not to say anything bad about white people are saying it, but they feel like they have, okay, well, even this black guy saying that they have black privilege. So now
now this becomes a new term.
Right.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, now this becomes a new term. Just like colorism is starting to come into the community. So these terms, they start coming in. Yo, cousin Brad, we got the main event, dog. We got to talk about the main event, which actually brought us here today, dog. We got to talk about it. We've been talking NBA. We talked a little bit about the Clippers losing twice to the Mavericks. We talked about the Lakers losing the first game 1, winning game 2. We talked about Brooklyn smashing on Boston head. And we talked about New York being 0-2 in the playoffs right now.
Why you gotta say it like that, though? Why you gotta say it like that?
Giannis and the Bucks is smashing on the Miami Heat right now. Shout out to you, Luch, for your Miami Heat. We're Heat Nation at right now. But then the real main event of today that we want to talk about is the Kwame Brown drama. The Kwame Brown takeover, the Kwame Valley, Machiavelli, Kwame Valley. Cousin Greg, go ahead, break us down on this Kwame Brown.
No. I was hoping you forgot about this, but I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. I'm gonna go after you.
All right, so for everybody out there listening, a comment was made while Jeannie Buss was on All of That Smoke show with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and a comment was made about a trade that Jeannie Buss made, and Kwame Brown was a part of this trade, and I think Stack, who Steven Jackson mentioned. He wasn't. Matt Barnes said, not that guy wasn't traded, just Marc Gasol, but really, just basically disregarded Kwame Brown. Because he was quote unquote a bust and didn't turn out to be the player that he was supposed to be. Now, here's my take on this, man. I love it. I love it. I love it for the one thing, not for the controversy, but for taking the power out of the world media's hands. You know what I'm saying? And they've been cracking jokes on this man forever.
He finally got fed up.
And he finally got fed up and said, you know what? I'm going at everybody's head. Now, some people, cousin Brad, I know what you're going to say. Okay, he made it personal. Well, you know what? That's a part of his personal life, how they clowning him too. He got to defend that every time he step out too. He got to defend that too. Now, this man had a 12-year career. 12-year career. Is it even right to call him a bust completely? You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't just in the league and then out the league. He played 12 years. Career, I think he was like a career 7 and 4. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not great scoring points, but he was consistent rebounding the ball. And, you know, at the end of the day, he solid guy to coming off the bench too, played 12 years on different rosters. So I think personally, it just so happened. It just so happened. You're gonna get your turn. It just so happened that, you know, they said it at the wrong time and that was it. Now they done made the man viral. So now y'all got to pay the consequences. You wanted all that smoke. Now you got it. Okay. Cousin Brad, I'm gonna pass it to you.
Okay. So, like I said, I was hoping you forgot about it and we wouldn't have to talk about it, but you know, we talking about it. So here's my take on this. Kwame Brown. Let's just keep it a buck. You were a #1 overall pick, mind you, in a weak draft that year. That was a weak draft. The best players that came out of that draft, Paul Gasol and what was Tyson Chandler? Was the other one? That was the best players that came out of that draft. And he went #1 overall. So yes, there's a level of expectations that
high school player though. Don't forget he's a high school player.
He's a high school kid. I'll give you that. Right. He was 17 years old when he got drafted. I mean, yeah, he was 17 years old. But let's be honest. Did he live up to his #1 overall expectations?
From high school?
Absolutely not.
He's a high school player, though.
I agree. He's a high school player. You got to the pros, you ain't live up. That draft class was weak. But my thing is, you came on this on all the smoke. I mean, what was it? All the smoke. All the smoke. They threw a shot at you. I mean, you can only poke the bear for so long before you say, all right, man, I had enough of this. But again, Matt Barnes just said, we talk about basketball. He's talking about Derek Fisher's banging his wife. He's talking about send a limo for the kids because they got to pick up them kids. He's talking about Steven Jackson and the strip club. He's like, bro, like, dog, when did it stop being about basketball? Now, again,
don't you mention my name. Don't you mention my name.
You've been the god of a joke for over a decade, and then you talk about let's fight Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith ain't mentioned your name in over 7 years, bro. You talk about fighting Skip Bayless. That'll be fun. Come on, man. Let's be honest. And then you came at Charlamagne the God. Now, Charlamagne the God was out of pocket for what he said. You know, he mentioned stuff that even Kwame Brown didn't know about. So he was a little out of pocket. But Charlamagne the God apologized on the air. He could have called Kwame Brown and said, yo, man, I apologize. He could have called him real quick and said, I apologize about that. I was out of pocket. I'm sorry. But he said, no, I'm going to do it on the air. He gave himself the donkey of the day. And he apologized to Kwame Brown on air. Instead of Kwame Brown, instead of accepting the apology, say, all right, bro, you apologize. Water under the bridge. We good, whatever. I mean, I ain't got to like you, but I appreciate your apology. He didn't even accept the apology. He said, no, man, you just doing this for clickbait. Bro, he still apologized to you. I ain't see Matt Barnes apologize to you. I ain't see Steven Jackson apologize.
Steven Jackson did apologize.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
He did.
But he wanted to fight him in the ATL.
He apapologized, though.
Are you not entertained? Because I am.
Are you not entertained? And then hold up. Then now he's coming at Jamel Hill for saying, because Jamel Hill said he sounded violent in those videos. I don't know how you can sound violent, but okay, whatever. You know, whatever you do your thing. He coming at Jamel Hill, talking this and that. Then who else to go after? He respected Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose, I respect you from Detroit. Jamel Hill's from Detroit too. I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know what that logic. I don't understand.
Are
that.
you not entertained? I'm just here for the entertainment.
I'm entertained. Now here's the killer for me. This happened today. Dr. Boyd, world famous Dr. Boyd, literally telling you, bro, they're gonna take down your YouTube channel. They're gonna shut you down and they're gonna erase you from this internet algorithm, bro. Stop saying the N-word. Stop cursing. Stop making threats. Calm yourself down, and bruh, get your point across, man. You got a platform now. You hot right now. Live it up. But bro, they're gonna take your YouTube channel down. Instead of hearing that wisdom from an old head, we all listen from our old heads. He said, I'm not listening to you. How come you couldn't use your platform to make sure they didn't take my YouTube channel down? YouTube don't have to do that. They can take your YouTube channel down anyway, bro. Like, he's not taking it's like he's not taking the words from the wise, and you just keep going on. You're gonna milk this cow over and over to the wheels fall off.
His career is over.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a show. This is gonna give him some publicity.
Exactly. And you just want to milk this cow.
And his brand is called Bus. His brand is called Bus Life too.
Right. You're gonna milk this cow.
So he admitting he was a bus.
Yeah. All right, cool. And you're gonna continue to milk this cow. In 2 weeks, when we crown a new NBA champion, ain't nobody gonna even talk about you no more, bro. Because then it's gonna be football season.
He got his publicity. It's over. Maybe it's
15
over.
15 minutes of fame, my guy. Enjoy it, my dude. That's my take.
That man just coming at everybody though. He gonna find somebody else to come at.
Good. He might brand himself as the person that just come at people.
Yeah, see how that works for the 6'9".
Kwame, come at you. Shoot.
Kyle, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I'm entertained. I of course, if I break it down as logically as Brad does, right? Of course, he looks like a real donkey. He looks like an idiot. But for me, it's just entertainment. I'm entertained by it. Talk about these dudes because nobody really has any type of platform or anything to clown them back. They have all the power to clown you or clown whoever. So now we got a guy who doesn't have that platform, who's able to come out there and get some publicity about clowning them now. Now y'all gonna take this right now. Y'all gonna take some of this criticism. Y'all gonna take some of this embarrassment.
And that's what I was saying, bro. I was saying, like, finally, these people been talking about people for forever. And I'm not talking just about Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
In general, though.
Just the talking heads, period. Their whole career is dogging people. Now, when people start dogging you, now y'all want to apologize. Now y'all want to throw apologies out there.
He did take it to their personal lives. Like, that was kind of
He did.
It's entertaining. I like it.
Y'all hold up. Have y'all watched the Up and Smoke, All the Smoke podcast? That's their whole show. Their whole show is talking about people. That's their whole show. You're not special. That's their whole show.
So they get what they deserve then.
Okay then. That's what I said. You get the 15 minutes.
What saying here?
You
want the smoke? Here it go. Now you probably got some smoke.
You said you want all the smoke. Now you got it. Like at some point, you got to live up to your name.
True.
At some point, you got to live up to your name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
What's your thoughts on this, D?
I mean, man, it's like y'all said. The podcast is about giving people the smoke, and somebody bring the smoke to you. You can't cry foul. You know what I mean? And they have been, dogging the man like his entire career and after his career also, because it's like he's like a running joke whenever somebody's like a first round draft pick and they're bust. Oh, that's the next Kwame Brown. You know what I mean? Like,
now there's gonna be the Becky with the good hair.
Yeah, exactly. It gotta stop. It gotta stop somewhere. I'm glad he's speaking up, man. I'm glad he's speaking up for himself, man. You know what I mean? Because you want to hear something from the other side. You don't want to hear all just one sided all the time. You know what I mean?
Now
you better leave him alone. Leave that man alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. He got a problem.
Now, if nobody says nothing back, he ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
He might be off his rocker. One switch away. So
I'm all for the people taking the power back into their hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I just think he's just going to cow till it's over. Till all that milk gone.
Y'all mind jumping back to Aaron Rodgers? Because I did miss what y'all said about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh boy.
Oh, he gone.
Yeah,
he ain't gone, man. He ain't going nowhere, man.
It's hard. He's going to have. Does he have the stomach to retire like Carson Palmer?
No,
he ain't gonna retire.
I think he can't do it.
He gonna stay with the Packers,
but he can embarrass them Packers pretty bad. He has a lot of power.
He does, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
But you can't. But you can. If he should have. They probably could have made something work out where he could have, like, you know what I mean. He should have been stormed that office, and maybe y'all don't know this, but maybe he gave them warning. Like, listen, like, yo, I don't know why this dude is not consulting me. I'm the leader of this team. At the end of the day, you're the quarterback. Yo, if Tom Brady said go get Antonio Brown, and y'all went and got Antonio Brown, Tom Brady says go get Gronkowski, and y'all go get Gronkowski, y'all letting this dude who's 48 years old make decisions, and y'all won't give me no love. Y'all won't even give me any type of.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you.
Aaron, how do you feel?
I'm gonna tell you what
He's
happened.
got a point.
Him winning that MVP messed the whole thing up. Because if he wouldn't have won MVP, he wouldn't be a Packer right now. That boy be on a new team right now. But he won MVP. You can't let him go now.
You got to. He about to ruin your team. At this point right now,
You've already been planning for his afterlife.
He's above the team right now. You have to trade him. But you can't make it seem like you're going to trade him for sure, because it's going to like I told you guys before about Julio Jones, it's going to reduce his value. If teams know you have to unload this guy, you're not getting what you could have got. They shouldn't have held on to him this long. They really should have took Justin Fields or whoever the heck they wanted to take, and
got Jordan.
They could have got 2 number 1 draft picks. You know what I mean? Just take it and go. And Aaron Rodgers' money, I think they had to wait to trade him anyway. Maybe have to wait till after June 1st, because it's going to be a lot of shifting. Even on the Bills team, it might be some shaking up coming June 1st. We might have to let go of somebody we really love on this team.
I don't know.
Nah, they better not do that.
It might be Jerry Hughes. It might be Mario Addison.
I'll let Jerry Hughes go in a heartbeat.
It might be Mike.
I'll let Jerry Hughes. Do you know how I feel about Jerry Hughes? I'll let bye. Jerry Hughes. No.
He said he gone. He goes soon as he
He been hanging on. He been hanging on as a mediocre player for the last 3 years, bro. No. Goodbye.
He's the longest tenured Bill. He's not mediocre. Because you turned everything on sacks, but you don't see the pressures. He causes pressures.
He doesn't. How many quarterbacks broke his tackle last year, bro?
I didn't see no quarterback record.
Several quarterbacks broke tackles.
What I did see last year is to me, from what I see, probably because I'm watching more than any player I ever watched, is he's the most held player, I think, in the NFL. Like, I don't get how people just hold this man so much.
Yo, he does get held a lot.
Absolutely.
He does.
I seen him walk back to the huddle with his jersey like halfway this way.
Yeah.
I cannot call that.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's time to go use
in the NFL. I've never seen. I'm watching every game when it's like he's like this, reaching for people, and they're like, "No, that's not a hold." They don't even call it. They
drafted 2 D ends. It ain't no way. Ain't no way he going. If anybody's go, he need to go. If anybody.
Listen, on our defensive line last year, who made more plays than him? He's got a return for a touchdown.
Well, that's not saying much for our defensive line.
He's got multiple strip sacks.
That's a fact too.
I'm telling you,
they ain't saying much for our defensive line. They weren't good. They weren't good.
Recoveries. He got.
They weren't good.
Fumble recoveries.
They weren't good.
And defensive.
Carl, they weren't good. They weren't good. The defensive line was horrible. So if he was the best player on that defensive line, what is that saying? He plays
50% of the snaps now. He doesn't even take all the snaps anymore like he used to.
But to be fair, he was the best of a bad situation on the defensive line.
Right, because you're thinking that he's playing every down, and he's not playing every down anymore.
No,
he's playing like 60% of the snaps.
For what he's getting paid, yeah.
But that's McDermott's system. That's McDermott and Leslie Frazier's system. It's not to make their defensive ends play huge portions of the game. That's not his fault.
But see, the thing is, we just drafted 2 defensive ends, and we drafted the defensive end last year in the draft.
Yeah, and that's no different from how they've done it last year. They've always carried 10 defensive end. They had Shaq Lawson. They had so many. They're doing the same thing they've been doing. But they never drafted 2 defensive ends in a row.
What I'm getting at is, if it's an odd man out, he's the odd man out.
It might be, but it's kind of hard not to be because he's the longest tenured Bill.
I don't know. I would probably get rid of Addison. I would probably get rid of Addison.
Addison was making plays, man. That late
Addison was bad. I feel like Addison played better than
making plays, bro.
I feel like Addison played better.
You don't got to return for a touchdown. he's not nearly as versatile.
I knew he's gonna go there.
He's not
nearly as versatile as Jerry Hughes.
He got Boogie. I mean,
I've even seen Jerry Hughes drop it back in coverage this year. Did y'all see that? I'm like, what the heck?
He did a few times.
He caught a pick against the Jets.
If we're talking about production and how much they're getting paid, they almost make the same, and they produce kind of the same. Like, you know what I mean? They both underperformed last year, but as far as like the locker room and leadership and all of that, McDermott weighs that heavily also. So we talking about that. Hughes would stay over Addison. So I would think that Addison would be the odd man out, and that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's.
I think so. What I'm saying about Jerry Hughes is if he ain't going this year, that clock ticking.
No, he's gone after this. I think he's done. He definitely gonna be
gone.
He's done.
Yeah, this year he's done. You might as well just keep him around.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna keep him around, like you got some dudes that played later in their careers and did the minimum, like Julius Peppers played for a little longer than we thought. Jerry Hughes, he really hasn't shown signs that he's really slowing down. Really, just ain't got the production like he used to.
True.
Yeah.
No. So
and it's hard to do with these quarterbacks throwing the ball in 5.3. Like it's faster than they ever thrown in history.
True.
It's not nearly as many sacks as it used to be.
That man is definitely on his last leg, and we drafted 3 boys.
But we don't. You ever see plays where Jerry Hughes just gets manhandled? You really don't see that.
I have.
I've never seen it.
I've seen him miss tackles on quarterbacks. I've seen all of it.
I've seen him slip off the tacklers. I've seen him do that. But we saw Matt Milano and what's the other dude? And one of them safeties slipped right off of Deshaun Watson. Like, dang.
He ran right for a touchdown too.
That was a lucky play. That was just
that hurt my feelings. That day. I was like, oh my gosh.
That was a hell of a play by Deshaun Watson. It is what it is.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like I can't even get mad at the Hopkins play. That was a fluke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Hopkins play was a joke.
That was just some great. He just had a great moment.
Yeah,
great I thought the game was over.
I think they needed that. Though.
They needed that because that changed the whole dynamics of their season. That really motivated them to stay focused and put in that work to get to the AFC Championship.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you on that one. But we do got some good players to groom. Like there's so many balls to go around with these Buffalo Bills with Isaiah McKenzie. What is he going to contribute now? With Emmanuel Sanders there, I don't know what they're really doing. I thought Sanders was just an odd pickup. That's just me.
You need a true number 2. You need a replacement for John Brown. So
I mean,
I didn't get it. I thought Gabe Davis did just fine, and John Brown's absent.
I think Gabe Davis earned his spot. I didn't get
the Emmanuel Sanders pickup unless.
But just think about it. Just think about it though. Here's if you think about what happened in that Kansas City game,
or the cut of John Brown. They shouldn't. I don't even know why you cut John Brown.
What happened with that Kansas City game is they doubled Diggs and we was done.
But
they doubled Diggs and we was done.
John Brown?
Am I lying?
Emmanuel Sanders better than John Brown?
They doubled Diggs and we was done.
Emmanuel Sanders is an inside slot receiver. I don't know why they think that people are like thinking that John, like he's gonna, and he's coming off an injury. Why do you think he's gonna like do what John Brown did? I can't see it happening unless you plan on Beasley not being there, which I don't get that either.
Bro,
he's a slot receiver. Unless you plan on running 4 wide receiver sets.
No, you never know. You never know.
When we get to camp, Sanders is not going to beat out Gabe Davis, I don't think, in a wide receiver battle.
I will put Gabe Davis at the number 2. I think he earned it.
He's number 2. He's no way that Sanders is going to beat him out. I just can't see it. But McDermott is big on competition.
But to be fair, I mean, it's never enough. I mean, you need depth at that position. So shout out to him.
And I think Gabe Davis needs to probably gain about 10 pounds, maybe 5 or 10 pounds, just for the strength to do them jump balls. Because he is the tallest wide receiver we have on the team right now, I believe.
But I don't think he's a Megatron T.O. type player. I think he's more.
He ain't that.
More of across the middle, sideline, dangle type.
He could be like a Keenan Allen, though, right?
He could be.
That's a pretty good comparison. I'm trying to think of a player comparable to Gabe Davis, and the closest with route running. Obviously, Keenan Allen's another animal when it comes to route running, but similar game. You know, maybe even what Stevie Johnson was for us.
Stevie Johnson was on another level, man. Damn.
But route running, I'm just talking about the level that he can play at. He can be a potential number one. Like, we never visioned Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson was never viewed by the NFL as a number one receiver until about his 4th or 5th year. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a fact.
And we still was skeptical.
He played behind
about
Lee
it.
Evans, though. He played behind Lee Evans and T.O. I mean,
he earned his keep, though.
Big
He
shoes.
earned-
No, but really, they drafted
One
that
thing-
dude. They drafted another tall receiver who didn't even wind up panning out in the NFL.
James Hardy, your man,
James
James
Hardy.
Hardy.
They
That was
drafted
your
James
man.
Hardy to really be that, and then Stevie
Yeah.
Johnson just in the fifth from the 5th or 6th round pick, whatever he was, outplayed the 2nd round pick that they drafted. So
Yeah, because he could run routes. James Hardy couldn't run routes. Stevie
and actually
Johnson
wind up putting better numbers up than Lee Evans, who was drafted in the first round.
Stevie Johnson's star running was on another level, and I can say this about Stevie Johnson: he used to give Darrell Revis the business.
Nasty.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
He used to get
Nasty.
after business, like
Just
for real.
nasty.
That's
Just
saying a lot.
he has an awkward style of running. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people one thing too: stop sleeping on my man Singletary. Singletary is a human highlight.
Oh, there you go. Uh-oh.
Stop sleeping on my man Singletary.
I said that too. I agree with you on that, Carl.
Don't
Yo, I
talk
wanna-
to me,
I wanna
man.
shift
Stop
gear-
sleeping on Singletary.
I want to shift gears real quick. LeBron the other day he posted about Larry Bird. He posted about Larry Bird being unguardable, and he doesn't get enough mentions as being one of the players that can play in every era. Now, cousin Brad, we discussed this.
Why are you coming to me? Why are you coming to me
I'm
first?
coming right at you. I'm coming right at you. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not talking about skill for anybody out there that's listening. I always put Larry Bird in my top 5, and my top 5 is obviously Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, and Bird. So people will argue with me, why ain't Kobe's better than Bird? Skill wise, yes. Skill wise, yeah, he's better than Bird. But
So-
did Kobe, keep it real? Did Kobe dominate his era like Bird dominated the 80s?
He won an MVP.
No.
He got 3.
Let me
He
tell you
got
something.
3. No, Bird got 3.
Listen.
Bird got 3 MVPs.
No, I'm
Listen,
talking about Kobe.
Bird- Bird-
He got MVP.
Bird played-
He
Kobe
got
MVP.
1.
Bird passes
Got
the
one.
ball. Bird rebounds the ball. Bird steals the ball. Did you know Kobe's not even like top, like he's not even like in the top 20 in steals in the NBA history. Like none of that stuff. Allen Iverson got more steals than him. Like there's mad players who
Allen
played
Iverson
less
was-
games than him who have more steals than Kobe.
I know Bird was better than Kobe in the clutch.
Yeah,
That's
Bird. Okay.
LeBron
So
is actually
when I say
better than
if
Kobe
you're
in the
better,
clutch.
when I say you're better, I'm not just talking about your skills, because skill wise, we know Kobe's better. I'm talking about your dominance of your era. Your
Okay.
dominance of your era,
you
Larry
gotta consider
Bird
both. You gotta consider
dominated
both.
his era.
Hold
You
on,
gotta
man.
consider both.
Bird played on a team that was pretty much. It was. I mean, come on, man. Really?
It
So
was
did
stacked,
Magic.
but
Team.
listen, it was-
That's
So
come
did
on, man.
Magic.
league in scoring
They
for a
went
while.
back and forth for like
Like
8
3.
years, bro.
And
So
And-
did
Yeah,
Magic
so
though,
He
Brad.
did play on a stacked team,
Who's gonna
but
win?
he was the
Who's
star
gonna
though.
win the
And-
championship?
and here's
But he was
the
the star
ironic
that
and here's the ironic thing. And here's the
Look,
ironic.
look, hold
And
on,
here's
look.
the thing that's
See,
ironic
at
that we
that
always
time-
miss.
Hold on,
Hold
let
on,
me
Brad.
hear Brad.
I gotta mention this. I gotta mention this, Brad. This guy, Michael Jordan, never beat this guy
Who?
in the playoffs. Michael Jordan never beat this guy in the playoffs. Never.
He went for 63 though in the playoff
He go
game.
for 63 and still lose.
So why do y'all say one player never beat this player?
Michael
It's a
Jordan
team
never
game.
beat. Michael Jordan's
didn't
team
have
never
Robert
beat his
Parrish,
team.
Kevin
So-
McHale, Kevin Johnson. He didn't, or what's the dude name? He didn't have all of these players. So to say Michael Jordan didn't beat him, of course he didn't. Scottie Pippen was averaging 11 points a game his rookie season. Okay, how Michael Jordan gonna beat him with
I'm just
no other
telling you.
players?
That's just the facts, though.
But what other All-Star? He's playing with 5 All-Stars. One player cannot beat 5 All-Stars.
That's a
4
fact.
All-Stars.
That's the facts. That's a fact.
Don't tell me how
Right, so-
Michael Jordan never beat a player because he didn't have 4 more All-Stars. That's why.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the
no,
bottom.
I'm
At
just trying to
that
take the
time,
point.
But
was
is Kobe?
who-
But is Kobe better than? Is Kobe's career? I mean, did Kobe's? Think about the 2000s.
Kobe scored more
The
points.
2000, the
than Bird.
2000, and
Say
you know
it.
this is
No, just say it. Is Kobe better than Larry Bird?
He's a better
he
scorer.
he's a better scorer.
for
That's
sure.
it. That's
just a
it.
better
Better
scorer.
scorer. That's it.
Listen, I okay. Let me.
Better
I
scorer.
never.
That's it.
I wasn't old enough to see Larry Bird. I saw
Better
highlights of
athlete.
Larry Bird, but I saw Kobe. I don't like disrespecting Larry Bird because I didn't see him play. I believe Larry Bird's
So
better
you
than
can't even
Kobe
speak on
Bryant.
this topic, D. You can't even speak on this topic.
No.
Nah, you can't speak on this topic, bro. You can't speak on this. No. D, you my man. I love you, dog. But no.
I believe Bird is better than Kobe. I do.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'll give you that.
Now you can speak. Now you can speak on it.
So now it's acceptable
speak
now
on
because he agree with you.
Yep.
Yep. Talking about moving the goalpost.
Listen. When we was talking on, when everybody was saying, like, think about it. Even when people were saying Kyrie versus Iverson, this is a whole nother conversation, right? Did Kyrie dominate his era as a point guard like Iverson dominated his era? Now Kyrie won a ring. Kyrie won a ring with LeBron.
How many seasons?
He went to 3
championships.
championships.
No,
He went to 3 championships.
He ain't did enough in the NBA yet.
But is he?
Iverson was a completely different player than Kyrie, bro. Like
they're very similar. They're very similar, bro.
No,
both crossovers, both crazy
Iverson's
handle.
a full-court player.
Iverson played with more. Iverson played with more heart than probably any other player.
Listen, Iverson, to be all time, I think he's like number 13 all time in steals in the NBA history. Kyrie
he
will
led
never
the
be
league
on
in
that
steals.
list.
He led the league in steals 3 times.
He will never be on that list. He will never be on the all-defensive team, and that's where you're going.
I'll tell you this. You give Kyrie Irving that team Allen Iverson took to the finals against the Lakers to see if he get there.
He won't.
He won't. He will not.
He won't even make it to the damn playoffs.
Exactly. Thank you, Carl. He wouldn't even make the playoffs, man.
Exactly.
But I will say this: the 76ers that year had a lot of underrated players.
They did.
They had Stackhouse. They had Compo.
Let's
not act like Larry Hughes.
Let's not act like Theo Ratliff. I don't know if Theo Ratliff was on that team.
They had a lot of good. Yeah, Theo Ratliff was on that team.
They had a lot of good.
They had Mutombo.
Was Matt Geiger on the team still?
Yep, they had Geiger. They had Mutombo.
Good facilitator.
Yeah.
You had some players. You even had Kukoc on that team.
But I mean, come on.
They have
Kukoc was at the tail end of his career at that time, man. Come on.
You also had John Lynch, but Kukoc's a good 6 man. You had John Lynch.
Was Keith Van Horn there, or was that later?
I think Van Horn.
No, Van Horn wasn't there yet.
Okay, that was later.
Big center. What's the center they had? The center.
Geiger and Mutombo.
Yeah, Geiger and Mutombo.
They had Theo Ratliff. They also had John Lynch, who was a good 6 man. I think he might have even won 6 man of the year one of them years, right? Lynch.
Eric Snow. We're forgetting about Eric Snow.
Great, is a good facilitating point guard. Then they still had Larry Hughes coming off the bench, who was supposed to be a rising star at the time, but he was mediocre. In hindsight,
going up against the untouchable Lakers, who at that time they were just untouchable.
It's Shaquille.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like people. I understand. Yes, we love Kobe Bryant. We love him. You know, he passed away untimely. But I'm not gonna just start elevating him because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he scored, but boy, you're forgetting that he scored 80 points in a game. Right?
I mean, I understand that, but did he dominate his era?
He didn't,
like Larry Bird did.
Listen, no,
he didn't.
Okay,
because when you go back and look at the Lakers teams
before LeBron, it was Duncan and Shaq.
There you go.
Am I lying here?
I was about to say that. Cool. I was about to say that. Because when you look at them teams, you look at them teams.
Shaq dominated the
Shaq was the MVP of that 3. He was the MVP of them 3
dominated
peats.
his era. You're
no.
Kobe dominated.
So was Kobe more dominant than Shaq?
Yes.
In the 2000s?
No.
Not that season. I'm talking about overall career.
I'm not talking about one season. I'm talking about in the 2000s overall.
Overall career. How many games did Kobe play at his height compared to Shaq playing at his height? Kobe did.
I mean, overall, yeah, Kobe had a better career. I'm not disregarding that. I'm talking
Yeah, he
about
did.
who was the league, the face of the league was Shaquille O'Neal and Tim Duncan.
No,
and Shaq,
no. When you
and
got
then-
listen, when you only
No,
got
no,
10
no.
stars in the league compared to 40 stars in the social media era, that's totally different. Kobe Bryant was in the top scoring every single year for 12 years. Come on. And he came straight out of high school.
But you only talking about scoring, bro.
Yeah, I'm only talking about scoring. That's it.
But then you had the
But
Kobe
he does
stopper,
have
Ruben
5
Patterson.
5 rings.
Hey.
Hold on.
5 rings.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it too.
How many does Larry have?
Kobe. Let's look at Kobe's draft
How
class.
many rings does Larry Bird have?
Hold on.
Larry
Let's look
Bird
at
got
Kobe's
what?
draft
He got
class.
3, I think. He got
That
3.
Bird got 3. Yeah.
Hold on. That draft
5.
class that Kobe. Hold on.
5 rings, Kobe.
Yeah, that draft class Kobe came in with was arguably, I said arguably, the best draft class ever.
That's a fact.
I agree. You got Iverson.
So
You got Kobe.
Tracy
you got,
McGrady.
Stephon
Tracy
Marbury.
Was it
Stephon.
McGrady?
No, McGrady
Chauncey
wasn't in that draft.
Billups.
McGrady was in that
Stephon
draft.
Marbury.
Chauncey Billups was in
Chauncey
that draft. Dude, the list goes on. The list goes
It's a
on.
lot of players.
Marcus can be in that draft too.
He
Marcus
sure
Camby?
was. Marcus Camby was in that draft.
When was Vince Carter drafted? When was Vince
The
Carter?
next year.
The next year.
And then he was drafted in 97. Yeah.
Him and Stackhouse came next. The next.
Okay.
He was a
Stackhouse was
he was
before
a
that.
dude. He was a
Stackhouse
Doodoo
was
Tar
like
Heel in
94.
96.
Stackhouse
Man,
was like 94.
Lakers Nation gonna be mad about this. Shout out to y'all, Lakers Nation. We love y'all, but Kobe went better than Larry, man. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
He's a better player. He's a more skilled player, but did he dominate his era better than Larry Bird did? Nah, bro. I can't put him on that all-time list before Larry, man.
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised who
Larry's
feels
an
this way.
all-around player.
Yeah, man. No, bro. I look at things in errors. I look at things in errors. So
Okay.
if you-
You talking
Hold
about
on.
errors.
Let me explain it. Let me explain
He's
it. to
got
you.
5
You
rings.
broke down the errors.
Okay,
you
go
broke
ahead.
down the errors.
Go ahead.
Kobe, I'm sorry, Bird played in the 80s. That team, let's be honest, let's keep it a buck. It was either during the 80s, it was either who was going to win, the Celtics,
Stack
the
team.
Celtics, or the Lakers.
Or
Who was going to win?
Or Detroit.
Detroit didn't win until 91.
Brad, the
No,
Rockets
that's not
won in
true.
the 80s.
No,
Celtics,
Detroit
the 76ers won in the 80s.
Come on, man. We already
No,
really.
come on now.
it's the Lakers.
Y'all really want to do
It's
this?
the bad boys.
Four.
Keep it real. Just keep it real.
The bad boys or the
Y'all
Celtics.
really- y'all-
The bad
every
boys.
year,
The bad boys
Celtics-
dominated the Celtics for 2 or 3 years.
2 years.
but they
years.
didn't win.
Yeah.
They didn't win the championship till 90 and 91. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
not true. The Bulls won in 1991.
Yeah, they won in 9. They won in 89, 90. They won
89,
in
90.
90.
Okay,
Yeah.
89, 90. Okay, whatever.
They-
89, 90. Okay. So before that, Lakers,
Or
Celtics.
Celtics. That was the best team in the East, and they have a team. You think
Bro,
Larry
bro,
was good,
when you
for
look
a good
at-
8 Larry
when
was
you
good
look-
for 8 years. Kobe was good for 14.
I'm not talking about overall career. I'm talking about how you affected your era.
But
There's not that many
Now-
stars in the NBA. Who you gonna play?
I just want to add this point too, and this is to Brad's point. Yes, the Lakers and the Celtics, it was either or was going to win the championship, right? Bird is given half credit along with Magic Johnson with saving basketball when him and Magic came into the league.
Who
That's
else?
a fact.
Right.
So
Superstar.
can we say that about Kobe? Did Kobe Bryant save basketball in the early 2000s when it was starting to get stale?
Hold on, no, don't
Hell
do that.
yeah.
'Cause you just said that draft class was probably the best ever. Basketball
Right.
was in fine shape at that time.
It was,
Basketball fine.
but when Jordan retired, you remember that, Brad? When Jordan retired, it started to tail off a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers started
Yeah,
dominating.
Shaq, and
people
Shaq
was
kept
like,
it
All of us
alive.
kids, all of
And
us
Shaq
kids
kept
were
it
hurt.
alive. And
All of
Shaq
us
kept
kids-
it alive.
What are you talking about? And during Kobe's era, he got 5 NBA championships.
Okay, his
Five
career,
of them.
yeah. Those
You can't-
championships
how-
are spread out,
so how
though,
do you,
bro.
How do you compare dominance of Larry Bird when Kobe's got 5 of them within a 10-year span?
And
Because
hold on,
because
hold
because
on,
because
Kyle.
because
Kyle,
3 of the
hold on.
5,
Hold on,
Shaq was
Kyle.
the MVP of them.
And 2 of those.
there you go.
Two,
There you
hold
go.
on. No. 2
So
of
technically, he got
those
2.
rings. 2 of those rings, Shaq wasn't even there.
He wasn't. Paul
Yeah.
Gasol was though.
And Shaq got one too. Shaq got one without him.
Lamar
He
Odom was
got
there.
He got one. He got
got
one.
one.
Trevor
Yeah, one
without
Ariza
him.
was there.
Yeah.
Derek
Yeah,
Fisher
exactly.
was there.
Okay, so again, how does Kobe get past Magic then? How does he get past Magic? Magic got
Kobe-
5.
Kobe
Magic
is
went to
past
9. Magic
Kobe
went to
is
9.
past Magic.
Magic went to 9 NBA finals.
Did he?
Okay, now,
Yes.
so you talking? So we're not, now we're
Heck no,
talking.
he didn't go to no 9 NBA finals.
He went to 9 NBA finals, bro. Look it up.
I gotta hear this.
Don't believe me? Look it up.
I gotta
So
look that
now,
up.
so you
He
went from
to 9
Bird.
NBA finals. He went to his rookie season. He went to NBA finals.
How many championships Magic got?
5.
He lost
Wait,
4
Brad.
NBA championships.
Yeah. He
Magic
lost 4. I
ain't
mean,
got no
against
5.
Boston.
He lost
Like, you
4
mean he
against
lost against Boston? He lost against the Bulls once. You know.
Yeah, and the Celtics
He ain't
too.
got no 5. Oh yeah, maybe he did. He played against the Bulls. He played against the Celtics twice.
And remember, Larry got 3 on Magic.
Larry got
Hold
3
on,
on
hold
Magic.
on, hold on.
Larry got
That's
3
not
on
adding
Magic.
Celtics play like
Larry
what,
got-
5, 6
Larry
times?
Larry got 3
That's
on
not
Magic.
adding up.
No,
How many
Larry got
times-
3 on
How many-
Magic.
Who
They
did
lost to
who
the
did the
Bad
Pistons
Boys.
face twice?
The Pistons faced the Lakers the first time, beat them, and then they played. Who did they play the second time?
The Blazers.
They played the Blazers.
The
Lost.
Blazers were in the finals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
With what team?
Shoot, they had Terry Porter, they had Drexler, they had Duckworth.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they had
no. That
Bulls.
wasn't during that time. That was the Bulls. Who the heck?
No, Drexler was still there. Drexler was still there. He got drafted there.
Drexler's got 2 final appearances with the Portland Trailblazers.
I think
Yes.
so.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I feel like they lost to the Lakers.
But it was a lot of battles between Boston and LA. It was a lot of battles. And I think Larry got either 2 or 3. Larry might have got 2 against the Lakers. I think it's 2.
I don't know. I can't see Magic losing, being in the finals 9 times.
Magic lost. Magic been the championship
He lost to
9
the Bulls,
times, bro.
he lost to the Celtics, and he lost to the Pistons.
I didn't even realize that till you said it though.
Magic has
9
been to 9
times?
championships.
No, Magic. No, I'm correct. My correction. Magic lost twice to Larry, once to Mike, and once to
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
yeah. There you
So
go.
how many did he win? I think Magic Johnson only got
He won
That's
5.
4 right
He
there.
won 5. He won 5
Yeah.
I think he only
okay.
got 3.
because Kareem got
No, he
6.
got
'Cause Kareem got 6.
Kareem got 6.
And Kareem won 1 with Milwaukee
Yeah.
before he came to the Lakers.
No,
got-
nobody in the NBA got more than Jordan. I don't think Kareem got 6.
Bill Russell has
does. My
11.
bad. Bill Russell does.
Bill Russell has 11. Robert
11.
Horry got 7.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah, Rory got 7.
maybe
Bill
Jordan
Jackson
got
got 11.
Steve Kerr got he got a lot too, right? Because he
Bill
won like
Jackson, yeah, Steve
Don't
Kerr
he got like
Golden State.
don't he got like 6?
Yeah, he
Steve
got
Kerr
6.
got like
Steve
12.
Kerr got-
No,
He got like
He got
12.
3. He got 3 with
6.
the Bulls. He got 1 with San Antonio. He's got 2 or 3
One
with
for
Golden State.
He got 2 with San Antonio, and he
He got
got
2 with
3
San
with
Antonio?
Golden State, and he got 3 with Golden State as a coach.
Mm.
But he got before he was a coach, he got a ring somewhere else as somebody else's assistant coach. I just can't put my finger on it, but he got a lot of rings. He got like 10 rings, bro.
Bill Jackson got 11 too.
I gotta see. Magic been to 9 championships. Woo.
Magic been to 9 championships, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
before
man.
we get up out of here, I can't sit too long. Got a broken tailbone, guys. Before we get up out of here, I just want to take everybody's take on this. Not even a take. This is who you going. You know what? Nah, we can go with the take on this because we already know who everybody's picking here. But we got to talk about it. It's sports. Jake Paul. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry, not Jake Paul. The other Paul. The Paul nobody cares about.
Logan.
We care now since he snatched that hat.
Nah,
That was Jake Paul who did that. That was Jake Paul who did that.
Wait,
I
so
don't
the
know.
brother snatched his hat?
Yeah, the brother
Not the
snatched
one
his
that's
hat.
actually fighting him?
Yep.
Logan Paul is the one he's fighting.
Man, who stole the hat?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul took the hat.
Jake Paul wanted.
Jake Paul faced it off against Mayweather, and he's not fighting Mayweather.
Because he wanted, he kept trying to make him do 2 in one night. That's what he's
said
trying to do.
He said on his Twitter that he's going to take Floyd's hat.
I don't know what Floyd doing fighting somebody who's not even a contender for the #1 title.
For clout. This for
let's
clout.
Let's be honest. If somebody paid me $3 million to fight my son and play ring, I'll do it.
$3 million?
$3 million, I'll do it.
I'm not grading. I'm not grading.
He said I do it.
Come on. If I had to play my son Braden 1-on-1 for $3 million in a basketball game, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
I'll wipe this
Mayweather
out.
was hot when he took his hat, though. He was hot.
That was what I hold that. But that's what Jake Paul does. If you didn't know he was going to do that, then you ain't studying the, you know what I mean?
Jake Paul got a 3-fight deal with Showtime, too. Just signed a 3-fight deal with
entertaining. He is entertaining and he's winning.
Yo, I'd never forget the Snoop Dogg. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Chad Ochocinco is gonna be on the undercard.
Oh God. I seen that. What is Ocho doing? Ocho gonna be next to get knocked out.
Why they mocking boxing like this, man? I don't like that, man.
I don't know.
There's a real technical skill to this, right?
Well, at least Tyson finally just did the mature thing. He didn't fight Holyfield again.
Next thing you know, they'll be playing street football.
Oh man,
I'm with that. Pole to pole. Let's go. Pole to pole, baby.
I think everybody on the pole. I think everybody on the pole is unanimous to Mayweather winning that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's 50-something years old. A punch can take you out.
Logan Paul was on First Take. Said, "Hey, I'm gonna shock the world. I'm gonna shock the world. I've got nothing to lose. What if I win?" Like,
now, what will everybody do if that was to happen? Like,
if Mayweather get knocked out, I'm done.
I want to see Conor McGregor fight one of them. Have Conor McGregor fight one of them, Paul.
Nah, he's making too much money in UFC and his own business. He about to do his own thing.
He just got knocked out. Conor McGregor just got knocked out by somebody.
He
just got knocked out.
He need to go fight one of them Pauls.
And I want to give a shout out to J. Cole, man. Shout out to J. Cole for joining the African League. Shout out to him, man, because he went out there bringing a lot of lights to that league over there in Africa. So shout out to J. Cole, man. But
that's real. I can't wait to see what happens with that African League. It's gonna be dope, I think.
Exactly. Shout out to J. Cole for bringing the rules.
Shout out to Dikembe Mutombo for putting the African League together, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys. Guys, it's been great. Appreciate you guys coming on, man. Fan Cave, if y'all watching this, we go live. We relaunch June 1st. This was just a preview. It's a preview. We're gonna have
time, guys. By that time, we'll have Julio Jones, and we'll shock the world.
Oh yeah. Yep.
For Carl, for D, for Kulu, and shout out to Butch Roll. We ain't forget you, homie. We ain't forget you. This has been the Fan Cave Sports Talk.
All right.
Peace. See you in June.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.
Peace out.